Hello, fabulous Capricorn. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of July 2014, General Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. I do think that by far, when you look back, when you get to the end of this year, when you get to around your birthday and you look back at this year, 2014, or this year of your life, I do think that the middle part of July is really going to stand out for you. The middle part of this month is truly going to stand out for you as a time when things really shifted, things really changed, and you made some very important choices, decisions about what is working in your life, what isn't, and you moved forward in some significant way. It's really about cutting cords this month, letting go, allowing release, understanding what has served its purpose in your life, and facing the fear of change, or leaving the security, rather, of what you know in favor of what maybe you don't know, but you have faith in and understand that you need to move towards. I say this because a few key things are taking place for you this month that I think are just standout. One is the fact that we have a full moon taking place in your sign. Now, that alone would be significant. That's happening in the middle of the month. And when a full moon takes place in your sign, it always denotes closure, fruition, understanding, again, of what has served its purpose, and really reaping, if you will, as a measure of release. And this is true no matter what your sign, but what's happening with this particular full moon is that it's pretty amped up. It's speaking with a lot of different power players just before it perfects its fullness, if you will, just before that moment, that second that the moon is exactly full. Leading up to it, the hours leading up to it, that moon, the full moon, will be making conversations, having conversations, what astrologers call making aspects with other power players in the sky. And especially the power players that are in the cardinal signs right now as part of the Cardinal Grand Cross. And I've been speaking about this, especially in the weekly horoscope. So you may want to go back to the horoscopes I did, especially around April and May, when I was talking about these themes, because for those weekly horoscopes, as I talked about these themes in the intro, these themes are really going to come home for you and reach you on a very deep level of heart, of spirit, of soul, of understanding. And if there have been any changes that have been sort of in the air, tension building, if you will, now you will find yourself truly ready to move forward, truly ready to make a decision. But that's not the only thing that's happening. This particular full moon is also speaking in harmony with your ruling planet, Saturn. And it's a conversation that astrologers call a sextile, and it's a harmonious conversation. It's the kind of conversation where it isn't just that something really nice shows up, but the universe instead points a direction for you, says, if you go down this road, it will lead you somewhere good. If you do the work and walk the steps, eventually you could get here. Or shows you where the keys are and how to move yourself towards those keys, which ultimately will open a door much to your liking. That's what this type of conversation promises. And it is really in the process that you gain a measure of self-respect, which is so important, which is a part of your spiritual lessons over this lifetime, is to really own what it is that you desire to be and you desire to accomplish, and then trust the process to move you towards that. You know, I like to say anything worth having is worth working for. And this is really one of those very important lessons that Capricorns teach us. Anything worth having is worth working towards. And I do think that this month is really going to highlight those issues. But that's not all that's happening. The full moon is just going to make all this very visceral, but at the same time of this full moon, we have your ruling planet stopping still in the sky and then going direct. This is huge. So not only do you have this very, very important full moon taking place in your sign that is really juiced up, if you will, but what you've also have happening is Saturn really going direct. And as a symbol of you in the sky, really your representative in the sky, it is as if you, where energy has felt stuck, especially since the beginning of the year, now you find yourself ready to implement some important changes, ready to move forward, ready to consider your future and moving towards a future that is much more stable and much more solid. Trust every emotion you feel. Trust your instincts as well, because this really is kind of a month for a lot of us in different areas of life life, but all of us in some way are sort of reaching these, deal breaker moments. We're having these sort of moments where, okay, we're accepting where we are, accepting what is, and deciding what doesn't work and moving forward. And for you, this becomes especially significant considering how these particular aspects, these particular symbols in the sky are speaking for you. So trust every single emotion you have. Trust any frustration that might come up. Trust any uncertainty as well, because I'll tell you, they aren't going to last long. If even those emotions should come up, they will not last long. You will not be staying within them. Very soon, you are going to find that the answers reveal themselves. And this time, it isn't hard to follow up with action. In fact, it makes total sense. Thank you for watching. It'll be a great month. Be fabulous and enjoy.